Candace.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. Good to be with you this morning.
Thank you, likewise.
Thank you. You know, according to recent studies, kids are spending more than 7 hours a day plugged into media. What can parents do to encourage their kids to ditch their tech devices and play outdoors?
Well, that's a great question, Candace, and I think you hit on a really important thing. We need to encourage our kids. We need to motivate them to get off the couch and to get outside. And unfortunately today, sometimes it's not enough to just point them to the door and say, go have fun. Sometimes it's best to go into it armed with a few ideas for them.
And what are some of your favorite outdoor activities?
Well, for me as a kid, it was just running in the woods and playing in the lake and making sculptures out of the mud on the shore of the lake, having water balloon fights, things like that. And you know, it doesn't have to be things that take all day. It doesn't have to be things that cost any money. Go out and be a tourist in your own city. Explore the parks and the playgrounds. As a family, sign up for some charity walks. Do a 5K or a 1K walk or a 1 mile walk with your family, or volunteer at a local animal shelter. And then, of course, very simple things like have a scavenger hunt in the backyard, run through the sprinkler, make popsicles and enjoy them outside in the sun. Very, very simple things.
And what are some things that parents need to think about when spending all day outdoors?
That's a great question. We do need to be prepared. We need to make sure our kids are properly hydrated, that they have easy access to water at all times, that they know it's okay to go ahead and take a break in the shade every so often if they need to cool down, and that their eyes are properly protected with a hat or with sunglasses, and then of course that they are properly protected, their skin is, with sunscreen. So with sunscreen, you want to make sure you apply it 30 minutes before your kids even head out the door, and then if they're going to be outside all day, reapply every time they go in the water, if they're at a swimming pool or the beach, or at least every 2 hours if they're going to be out there all day long.
And do you have any additional tips or information you'd like to share?
Yeah, so we created the 101 Days of Summer Play. I teamed up with Banana Boat on this. Banana Boat is launching a new sunscreen called Natural Reflect, and it's one that as a natural mom, I'm really excited about because it gives another option to concerned parents out there. So we created the 101 Days of Summer Play with 101 different ideas for you to use throughout the summer to keep your kids active all summer long. So if you go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/bananaboatbrand, look for the 101 Days of Play tab, and when you go there, you can take the pledge and say, yes, I'm going to get my kids outside this summer. Every person who takes the pledge triggers a donation of a bottle of sunscreen to the Hole in the Wall Gang, which is Paul Newman's camp for critically ill children. So it's a great way to say, yes, I'm going to do this, get your kids activated, and then also give back. Plus, every single week, starting Memorial Day weekend, we'll be launching another week's worth of tips. So check back every week for another week's worth of tips to keep you and your kids active all 101 days of summer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sarah. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Oh, thank you, Candace. You too.
Thanks.